Housing market remains frustrating for both buyers and sellers.
Yeah, interest rates are high. Inventory continues to be low. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger joins us now live from New York with tips for those who are considering jumping into this housing market right now. Always great to get your insight, Jill. A recent Bankrate survey found what almost 3/4 of Americans still consider owning a home to be part of the American dream. Well, I think we know the answer here. Can you go into detail as far as what's holding them back right now?
Well, I think it's affordability, because after falling to record lows during the pandemic, average 30-year mortgage rates rapidly increased beginning in 2022 and 23. And now that 30-year rate is hovering around a two-decade high of 7%. Usually higher interest rates would actually push down prices. But here's the other problem. We've got a very low level of housing inventory, and that has kept prices high. Yesterday, we had a report out that said existing homes, the median sales price in the United States, $407,000. That's up about 50% from 2019. And boy, that is putting homeownership out of reach for a lot of Americans.
Just staggering numbers there.
Yeah, and we know that higher rates hurt prospective buyers, but how do they affect current homeowners?
Check out this statistic. I know I'm being a little math geek girl here, but 58% of all outstanding mortgages have rates that are under 4%. 58%. So we now know that almost 2/3 of homes that have mortgages, they're under 4%. Who wants to give up a 4 or 3 or a 2.5% loan when we now can go to 7%? This is creating what's called a lock-in effect, meaning people are not giving up their rates, they're staying put, and that is contributing to that low level of inventory.
So does that mean, Jill, that right now is a bad time to buy?
Not necessarily. I really want to emphasize that the numbers can work, but you got to run the numbers to make sure of this. So you look at your principal and interest with a mortgage. Maybe you consider an adjustable rate mortgage. Maybe you buy some of the points down. And, you know, if you add in maintenance and you add in your homeowner's insurance and you are able to make this and you got a somewhat secure job, you can do it. Chances are you'll be able to refinance in the future. I don't want to spook people. If you can run the numbers and you can absorb these costs, then sure, go ahead and do it. We know many people who bought their first homes and they were 12% and 10%, and we saw them refinance all the way down. Rates will not stay this high forever.
I was going to say, if you could look into your crystal ball, do you think that rates could start to come down in 2024, or should we wait, if you are a prospective buyer, wait until 2025?
You know, it depends, because I think that rates will come down this year. It looks like the Federal Reserve will be lowering the short-term interest rates in the fall. And that means that longer-term rates will likely follow. So I think that you're likely to see over the next couple of years that we could go from 7 to 6 to 5. Do I think we're going back to 3%? Probably not, because if we're at 3% in mortgage rates, chances are we're in a deep, bad recession. So I wouldn't count on that. But you might be able to make the numbers work. So I wouldn't delay it. I would keep looking and make sure you can afford this.
Jill Schlesinger, as always, we appreciate your insight. Thanks so much. And you can see Jill regularly on CBS Mornings and the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. For more analysis, you can go to JillOnMoney.com.